So in this video I'll be going through the relatively common topic in chemistry exams of calculating the waters of hydration, and these always come up because they're just easy to test your calculation skills because they use formulas like mass over mR equals moles, and that's the really only formula that you need to apply in this. It's just maybe sometimes it might catch someone off guard if they haven't practiced this type of question before, because it might be quite difficult to apply. So firstly, we'd take these values here. 5.2 grams of hydrated calcium chloride. So that means we have the water included in this weight, and this is the anhydrous calcium chloride, which means the water is not included in this weight. So the first calculation would be 5.2 minus 3.15, and that equals 2.05. This value is the weight of water, so the mass of water that's left over when calcium chloride is dehydrated. So we're going to take this value of 2.05 and we're going to divide it by the MR of water, which is 16 plus 2.02. 16 for the oxygen, 2.02 for the two hydrogens. And if you put this in your calculator, it'll give you 0.114, the three significant figures. You want to keep these to usually 3 or 4 significant figures, because at the end you have to round your answer, and you might misestimate if you round this too aggressively early on. And then we're going to take this value here, 3.15 grams. So that's the mass of the calcium chloride that's left over. So 3.15 divided by, and we're going to take the mass of calcium and 2 chlorines. So chlorine is 35.5. So that's 71 plus calcium, which is 40.1. And that's a relatively another easy calculation to put in. And that's 0.0284. And we want to compare these ratios because it's asking what the value of X is here. So the value of X in this basically means the amount of water per calcium chloride, per mole of calcium chloride. So we have the moles of water present and we have the total moles of calcium chloride present. So what we can do is actually divide the moles of water by the moles of calcium chloride to find the ratio. So we know that X has to be larger than 1, so that's why that's larger than that. And then how many times this goes into here is how many times each water can be attached to the calcium chloride. And that comes out as 4.01. And X has to be a whole number. Well, it would usually be a whole number. And this looks like it can be easily rounded down to 4. So we have our final answer, and that's the amount of moles of water that are attached to each calcium chloride, and that gives us 3.